So I just sent out a tweet, live tweeting or live periscoping right now, episode 206. Follow us at Darth Ryan for our periscope. Our first. Oh, I guess this isn't our first periscope, is it?
No, you've done it before.
Are you recording this one for posterity?
I don't know. I think so, but it stays. I have to save it afterwards to keep
How do you
going.
do that?
You gotta save this shit.
It said ask you.
Oh, it'll ask you? I didn't even notice.
Well, do something interesting.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, Dave.
There's a lot of
According
pressure.
to Michael Allhouse, Dave looks hot.
Oh, you can see me right now? Holy
Yeah.
shit, the internet's awesome.
This is the whole point of this thing.
Don't you understand any of this every time we do this?
I don't know, for some reason, it's just like, I guess this will go out and later.
No, the idea
Yeah,
is people
live.
can watch it now and ask us questions while we to jumpstart.
Well, shit, I gotta get on Twitter.
They just get their
and
sweet 10-minute taste and whatever they want. Man. Jesus.
Well, let's get into it then. What have you been watching?
All right.
What have you
Ryan,
been
what have you
watching?
been watching this week?
Well, I watched a movie. I was trying to get y'all to come, but everyone ditched me. So, it's called We're Still Here. It's a little horror movie that's it just came out this year actually, and it was all right. I guess it's like a first time filmmaker, kind of thing. It looks like it's sort of another throwback, sort of to the whole. Maybe 70s, 80s type horror movies like, It Follows kind of.
I still haven't seen that.
I don't know.
It's gonna be a blind buy for me. I'm just gonna blind buy that shit.
Why are you so certain that it's going to be a blind buy?
What do you mean? I know I'm gonna blind buy it.
But I mean, why are you so certain in wanting that you'll buy
Because
it?
everyone was raving about it, and
You'll probably hate it.
The last blind buy I did, Foxcatcher, was pretty good. So I got a good record. Hey, hold on. I've done two big blind buys recently. I did Whiplash, which was awesome, and Foxcatcher.
Okay,
which was good.
but that doesn't
So he's
mean
like,
so you're two
I
for
trust
two.
my judgment.
Real quick,
I do.
I
trust
trust,
my
he
judgment.
trusts his judgment based off nothing. Michael House wants to know, why didn't she see it?
I don't know. I just didn't get around to it. Laziness.
Well, there was an offer to go watch it
Sleeps till 2
on Friday. They're doing a double
that.
feature of this, It Follows,
Oh.
and then they were doing this movie, while We're Still Here, and
Michael House says, "Fuck you, Dave."
Well, the reason I didn't attend this particular, so I had ample opportunities to see It Follows when it was still out in regular theaters. I didn't go because I'm just lazy. And the reason I didn't go to this recent one, Film Bar. Now, nothing against the format. I think it's a great idea, but every time I've gone to Film Bar,
Which is how many times? Twice?
3 times.
What 3 movies did you see there?
The first one was Iron Sky. The second one was actually it was just 2: Iron Sky and Knights of Badassdom.
Yep.
I think Knights of Badassdom was in winter. I can't remember when Iron Sky was. Point being, even though it was winter on one of the occasions, I still managed to sweat my ass off. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I love the format of Film Bar. I think it's a cool idea. I just sweat my ass off, and I can't have that shit.
maybe, I don't know. I felt pretty comfortable.
Maybe it's just me. It must just be me. I don't know.
I don't know. You're right. I mean, it's not like the premium theater, but I think it's nice, and I think the seats are comfortable. And
No, for sure, yeah.
I think the screen looks all right. Like, it's not like fucking, I don't know, super premium, but it's all right.
All right, so you jumped in. You didn't see It Follows. You went right to.
I did. They had 3 movies playing that kind of seemed to go together in a way.
I don't know. 2 of them do, but the third one, Mazes and Monsters, doesn't fit
I
at
think,
all.
yeah, I don't know. But anyway, Film Bar, it's in Phoenix. It's a pretty cool little jam, and they seem like they're staying pretty busy, so it's cool to see it stick around for so long. Because places like that don't seem to last too long in Arizona, but good job. Anyway, well, We're Still Here. We're Still Here is basically a typical haunted house movie. I think it doesn't say really when it takes place, but it looks to be taking place sometime around the 70s or so, because everyone's cars seem to match that way, and there's no cell phones or anything. But I didn't love the movie. But it really had effective scares, like super legit ones.
Like set up and scare or jump scares? What kind of scares are you
Like
talking
both,
about?
like creepy and like good jump scares, and also just like effective looking ghosts and stuff like that. Like, and deaths were really gnarly and everything like that.
So there weren't any like predictable ones, like someone's like doing something in a mirror, like a sink or some shit. Camera looks down, they look back up, and someone's behind them.
I mean, there was stuff like that, but nothing too predictable, I would say.
Yeah.
The thing is the movie, I thought the acting... Well, I was talking about it with some friends, and I felt like watching it is either the dialogue or the acting was really bad. Like it really, and talking about it, I think what it was is that this is the guy's first movie, and I don't think the guy knew how to direct actors really, because it's kind of like the blocking with the actors just seems really awkward and stuff.
Like no rehearsal.
Like they just don't know what they're doing. Like
Blocking for the layman being
is like when like the movement in front of the camera, like the actor where they're going and what they're doing and stuff like that. And so
how informative.
Yeah, right. Learned something. Anyway, it's like they just jump like the movie. This they have set up for it. These people moved to this town, like in the country kind of thing. I forget where it takes place. It's like a husband and wife, and the whole reason behind it is because they kind of want to get away because their son died in a car accident, kind of thing.
Or did he?
Kind of, yeah. They think like there's this point where there's sort of like, do you guys think you'll watch it? Do you care?
I think I will, but I don't know where I'll watch it, so it might be a minute.
Because it gets kind of weird and kind of like interesting.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
All right,
because it's also I bet a lot of listeners haven't seen it yet and they haven't had the chance.
Well,
give us that sweet first taste.
It's just like it's really shot really well, and it's actually a lot of times it takes place in the daylight, which is different for a horror movie. Can I tell you like maybe what the monsters kind of look like, or the ghosts?
Oh, now there's monsters, huh?
Not monsters, whatever they are.
Spoiler. Fine.
I don't know. They're
What's the gore level like in this movie?
pretty gory.
Pretty gory.
Yeah. Like, but the thing is, it doesn't like come off right away gory. It kind of builds up to getting pretty damn gory and everything. But they're kind of like the idea is the house though was like there was a family that lived there, and it used to be maybe like is it mortuary or is that like where you burn like bodies and stuff?
A crematorium is where you burn them, but if it's just you run a morgue or a mortuary, right?
Mortuary, and I guess they're like ran out of town like a
Mike
long time
Aldhouse wants
ago.
to know: are there decapitations? That seems like a spoiler, Mike Aldhouse, but I want to know too.
There's definitely like heads like exploding kind of stuff.
So, all right.
So does that count as a decapitation?
I feel like a decapitation is a cut. A head explosion has got to be something else.
Like there's some really the shots are really well done. Like the scares they're different. Like you haven't seen them before. Like I can see this guy that did this movie getting like a full budget. It definitely felt low budget. Like it felt like a low budget movie. It wasn't as because It Follows is such like a really well done, like put together, like every piece is like perfectly put together in It Follows. This movie felt a little bit more all over the place. Not all over the place, but not as tight. But,
how would you compare it to something like You Are Next?
It kind of has that vibe a little bit, but
like funny, goofy kind of.
It kind of gets to be toward the end, maybe a little bit funny, but it's not as weird as It Follows. It's more natural. It Follows. You're Next.
Well, you said it was set in the 70s, so at the very least we won't get a line like they have a cell phone tracker. They have those now.
Well, the thing is, there's these two actors that are like the main characters, and they're just like really awkwardly like talking to each other, and it makes it kind of funny, like their dialogue. And I really think it could be is just like the script was kind of like not bare, but just like kind of basic script. And I think with maybe like some better directing, I think they could have maybe played it up a little bit more and been a little more natural, because they feel really unnatural. And then there's this point where like their friend, it's like their son had a roommate, and his parents that are kind of like hippies come to like stay with them because they like maybe like do stuff with like ghosts and stuff and like do seances and everything.
They fuck ghosts.
Yeah, basic kind of in a way. But they were actually feel like a lot natural, these two actors. Kind of like taking the shitty dialogue and doing something with it. And then like the main actors are just like, it was really bad.
Was it like deadpan? Were they just like
kind of deadpan, I would say. Just kind of I don't know, just needed to liven it up a little bit. I think it could have been just bad directing. I think,
really?
For the acting wise. But everything else though, it's worth seeing for some of the scares, some of the gore factor that happens. This was really good scene and really cool shot that I wish I could tell you guys. The one little scare that was pretty well done, and was like, that won't really spoil it, but it's kind of like zooming in on this pitch. Like there's like the bed. Oh, the best part, my favorite, not the best part, but one of my favorite parts. It's when the credits, how the credit comes up, is they have this point where it's sort of like the husband and wife are kind of just watching TV after they moved into this house, and they put up like this picture frame of their son, that's like on like a thing behind him or something like that, and the camera's like moving around. It starts on the TV and it moves around and it goes around like them watching TV and it goes down this hallway.
We do take questions here, random watcher. Sorry, I don't know how to interrupt properly when Ryan's talking.
But anyway, like it just kind of like it's like kind of going by that picture frame and then it just like falls over. It's like
Is it real like?
no, it just like it just falls over. It's like and then it's like boom. We're still here. I keep saying it follows, but we're still here. It's okay. Like I don't think it was great or anything, but it's worth watching for a horror film.
So like, are we talking like Guardians of the Galaxy? Like, we're still here.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Is there like a musical thing like?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was just like really subtle and everything at first, and then boom.
And just a post picture frame.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kinda, yeah.
Well, now you got my interest piqued.
But yeah, stuff like that. And the thing is it does like I think this guy can make a really good horror film. You know, kind of thing.
Just needs practice.
I think he needs practice because I guess it was his first. This dude that I knew that was at the screening. He actually said that he knew a few people that worked on it and stuff like that too. So it's pretty low budget, and I think it only had a couple showings of the thing because I think it's not really a huge well known. The trailer's really well done though.
Would you like to take the first viewer question?
Let's do it.
I don't know if we can. It's asking if there's one main protagonist for the new Star Wars movies. As you know, we are insiders. So, what do you think, Dave? Is there one new protagonist? This is all speculation, by the way. We're pretty good at speculating.
A protagonist. I would like it to be Gwendolyn Christie's character, but
You want her to be the main character?
Hell yeah.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Okay, interesting.
That's not.
It's not, but that's who I want to be.
Okay. Ryan,
Who?
what do you think?
Do you guys know who her character is?
Yeah, Captain Phasma.
Do you know who it is, Chad?
No.
Do you care to know?
You just told me.
I know, but do you know like what in the trailer who it is?
No.
Do you care to know?
Find out. Okay, based on the name Captain Phasma, who do you think that is in the trailer?
No, I don't know.
I have a quick question for everyone out there. Like, what do you think of the name Captain Phasma? Like, do you think it's the most goofy Star Wars name yet? I think it sounds cool.
I think
when Kit Fisto.
I actually feel like this trilogy's names that we know so far are the weirdest fucking names.
I think so too.
There's like Supreme Commander Snokes is one, like Kylo Ren, and, like everybody's name is real weird.
Dameron.
Yeah, Poe Dameron. It's all very odd as opposed to the original trilogy. We have Luke, Leia. Leia's a little weird, but I feel like it's a real name. Han's a real name.
Luke.
There's like Mon Mothma.
Yeah, Mon Mothma's a weirdo.
But then again, I don't know. As weird as some of these are, they don't equal the well, I wouldn't say the heights. What's the opposite of heights? The depths.
Jesus.
Of Dexter Jetster or Kit Fisto. Kit Fisto.
Kit Fisto's a totally
That sounds
rad
pretty cool.
dude.
That
Yeah.
sounds sweet. That's Kit Fisto.
I guess
doesn't
I'm
sound
just going like dirty
Yeah.
with it.
Okay, but Ryan, do you think there's
bad. Fucking Greedo.
Ryan, do you think there's one main protagonist or?
It's definitely gonna be a sort of a what the fuck is it called?
Ensemble.
Jesus.
It's a good thing I exist in all your fucking.
But I
lives.
think it's definitely gonna be the Daisy Ridley character. It's gonna be the.
You think she's the main?
Right.
This guy Littering Shoshan. It's probably way off, or it doesn't matter.
That sounds like a Star Wars name.
It does. You sound like you're in the new trilogy. He says he says that it could be a main problem. There needs to be like a main boy girl. I think it
is gonna be.
I think it's gonna be Finn and Daisy Ridley's character.
Yeah.
What's her face? Jesus, what's her name? Do we know yet?
We only know her first name. Whatever.
Which is?
It's
Because there's
It's
Finn,
like a boy name.
Poe.
It's like
Shit.
Let me use the power of the internet.
God, this is how good we are at this, guys. We forgot her name.
it's like Star Wars. No, you're talking about Star Wars.
Yeah, we don't
Talk
know.
about Star Wars.
Pretty much.
Talk about Star Wars.
I think viewer, it definitely. I can put it on myself.
You guys want to see something cool?
Oh, never mind. Hold
Guess who's number one credited at IMDb?
Who?
Gwendolyn Christie. Captain Phasma, guys. Number one main protagonist.
Doesn't it go
in
by
Star
like who
Wars?
has the most like credits or something?
It's sorted by IMDb Star Media.
Yeah, so shut the fuck up, David. You don't know a goddamn thing.
He even knew where it was sorted by.
Yeah.
God damn it, fucking...
You're the fucking worst at this. All you have to do is look at IMDb, Dave.
Her name is just Ray.
Ray, that's
R-E-Y,
right.
Ray.
I think it's gonna be a Ray and Finn joint with Poe Dameron being the Han Solo character, like a boss. Oh, Chad's got a thing on his shirt.
Nope, I removed it.
Oh, good job. All right.
But yeah, so Ray Solo? Ray Skywalker?
It's definitely Ray Solo. Like, Ray Solo, that's a weird name. She'll probably be like, I go by my mother's maiden name, Ray Organa. Anyways, back to what we were talking about, unless we have any other questions.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we're still here. If you're a horror movie fan, check it out. Definitely good scares. Like, there was, like, we were all, like, the whole theater was kind of, you know, it's a small little theater, it's a film bar, but everyone was pretty on edge watching it. And then we would laugh afterwards and stuff like that. So it was cool. And but it wasn't a great movie, at least as far as acting wise and script wise. I feel like it could have used some work in that department.
So what are you going to give it out of 10? For just a quick one, just a quickie.
Like a 6.
A 6, wow. So that's not even that good, but it was enjoyable at least, or no?
Yeah, it was entertaining as hell.
As hell. I still only gets a 6?
I mean, yeah.
There are different degrees of 6s. Oh my god! That's an Empire Jedi first on video. We caught Ryan farting. You saw it here first, folks. Yeah, give it a thumbs up, right?
Alright. Dave, do you want to talk about something you've been watching?
This is kind of a joint me and Chad watch. Me and Chad both watched In-Betweeners 2 on Netflix this past weekend. And I'll say up front...
Don't spoil
we won't spoil any jokes. I'll say up front, while I thought it was really good, I think I like the first one more. But this one, I think, if I can say anything for it, I think they upped the gross out factor a little bit for this one. I don't know, Chad, what do you think?
No.
Really?
I think it's equally gross, yeah.
God damn it, there's something I could tell you that could describe the gross out factor, but it'd be spoiling it completely.
Yeah, I can't remember
You just have to trust me that David's wrong.
Okay, fair enough. I can do that.
I mean, I'm not saying it was gross out to the point where it's just like, oh, this is repulsive. Turn it off, Chad. This is gross.
Well, I
It's been so
know.
long
Never
since
mind.
I've seen the
The first one had plenty of gross in it, too.
Well, what happened to the first one? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Like, as far as gross
There
out.
was a guy that sucked himself off. That was pretty... there was a shit
Normal,
in the
natural.
bidet.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's the
shit
internet.
in the bidet. I forgot about the shit in the bidet.
I don't remember much of the first one other than what they do.
Yeah, I don't even remember that. It's like they take a trip to Greece or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I
close.
think so.
All right, anything else you want to talk about in Betweeners 2, assholes?
Well, I can't talk about it without spoiling
Okay,
it.
so you think it's a little gross. Chad disagrees.
Well, as far as the story goes...
No, I say it's gross. It's not
As gross.
worse than the first one. It's...
Well, as far as the story goes, it's basically the same story as the first movie. They're on holiday. I guess the only difference is...
Holiday, that's British for vacation.
Yes. The only difference is one of them... God damn it, I'm shitty at remembering character names.
Jay?
Yeah, Jay, the blonde-haired kid. He's
Liar.
the liar. Yeah, he's in Australia, and they come out to visit him, and that's kind of...
Why was he in Australia?
He got a job out there, and I guess he's trying to find he's trying to win get in the good graces of the girlfriend from the first movie that he ended up getting with. They're separated now.
What's he doing in Australia? I feel like I can't imagine what job he would qualify for in Australia.
Well, do you want to know what he lied and said he was doing, or
What he's okay? I guess it's a joke. I don't.
yeah?
So that's the thing.
He probably scripts kangaroo shit.
We got Paga.
You're
11.
not far off.
Not to throw it off, but Paga 11, hi from Argentina.
Oh,
hello.
Hold on.
Are we sure they speak Spanish in Argentina, Chad?
Most of it, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. In Buenos Aires.
Is that true? I think this is offensive.
My dad lived 2 years of his life in Argentina, and he learned Spanish.
All right, maybe. Okay, might be.
That's
Might
where
be.
I'm coming from.
Oh, what the hell's okay? Not more throwing off, but this dude, Iran Shoshan,
That's the guy who asked the first
he
question.
said, new Mad Max sucks, right?
You might as well leave right now.
Obviously,
Yeah,
Get
you
the
obviously
fuck out
haven't
of
seen
here.
our Mad Maxion episode.
Probably haven't even seen Mad Max.
Yeah, how could you say that movie sucks if you've seen it? It's crazy how good it is.
There's a guy shredding on the front of a car.
That's
Came over. The rest of the movie gets stuck, and you have that.
It's got a flame throwing guitar. I mean, I don't know what else the rest of the movie could be dog shit. It's got a flame throwing guitar. It's a perfect 10 out of 10.
I wouldn't go that far. It's a little.
Oh, he hasn't seen it.
Oh, see, fuck
Hold on. He was just
I
asking.
guess he was.
He was just asking you a question. He's like,
no.
so the Mad Max shit, right?
No, I think he was trying to get people.
you. All right, back to
trying to get us riled up.
testing our waters.
well, easily riled up. Good job.
Don't see it.
Yeah, go see it. It's a great movie. It's amazing. Or you could don't listen to our episode. It spoiled the shit out of it. Go watch it. then listen. EmpireJedi.com.
Anyway, In-Betweeners 2, I would recommend it. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Again, I can't really talk about it without spoiling a lot of the jokes, so I don't want to do that. Just it's more of the same, which is great from In-Betweeners. Check it out. It's on Netflix. Jed, what about you?
Yeah, an 8. That's the same.
Tight.
Okay.
You guys have been watching anything else?
No.
You've
You've been watching a shit ton of Naruto, but we don't need to talk about Naruto.
Yeah.
Well, I watched Simon Pegg's Hector and the Pursuit of Happiness, and I was kind of surprised to see afterward that this movie has like a shitty tomato meter reading. It's got like a 36% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's one of those. What the fuck? You're trying to show people my fucked up toe, aren't you?
Oh, the dog.
Oh, the dog. That guy's gonna be like, David's toe, fucked up, right? But yeah, so I watched Hector and the Pursuit of Happiness, and it's got like a 36% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I think it's just because it's got like schmaltz in it, and for whatever reason, just people don't like schmaltz.
What
Schmaltz?
fucking? You keep using schmaltz as if anybody actually
Schmaltz
uses
is like
it.
like predictable, like it's all good now, it's happy, blah blah blah. Like
So it's a
happy-
movie?
Well, that's what I said. I'm just like, I guess it depends on how, like, if you have, like, a cheesy barometer, like, how far in the red this movie goes. For me, I mean, admittedly, there are cheesy, schmaltzy parts, but I don't know. I still enjoyed it. It was one of those rare times where it made me feel like a human, and I'm like, oh, good things can happen, you guys. And if you saw the trailer, it's very Walter Mitty-esque, but it couldn't be any more different than Walter Mitty, in my opinion. If you're not aware of what Hector and the Pursuit of Happiness, or Hector and the Search for Happiness is about, it's about this psychologist who is unhappy, so he goes on this journey, this trip around the world to find out what makes people happy. He's going to write a book. And serious shit goes down in this movie. Like, there were some moments that genuinely surprised me. I'm like, oh, wow, they went there. And you get cool cameos. I won't spoil them, but when these people pop up on screen, you're like, oh, it's that guy.
Cool. What would you give it out of 10?
I mean, I like the ending, but like I said before, the cheesiness meter, it was like tipping into the red a little bit, you know? But despite that, like a 7 or 8. I liked it. It was good. Check it out. Netflix.
Wow.
What else are you doing?
Wow.
Cody, what you been watching?
In the past week, I guess last week we recorded it, we talked about Kung Fury. Since then, I've just watched a shit ton of Girls on HBO. I'm over.
All right, I'm glad you brought this up. Now, I want you to explain, because I watched Girls for like the first 2 seasons or so, and somewhere in season 3, I asked myself, why am I watching this?
Oh, that's crazy.
Because none of the characters are like, well, every character in the show is an asshole. And it's not really funny. Like, I never laughed in the show. I don't know why I stayed.
And you
with it
cackle
as long
at
as I
the
did.
dumbest shit in the world.
Exactly. So I don't know why I
saying
stayed.
something.
So what do you like about Girls?
Everything.
What is it about
Everything.
Girls?
I like everything.
Mike Oz agrees with Dave.
Yeah, well,
Thank you, Mike. Hey,
Yeah.
turn the camera over here.
All right, you know what?
That's sexy.
Anyways, no man, Girls is
Well, everyone's to give it a thumbs up.
yeah,
That's all right.
Girls is great. It's
This guy said that was same dude that hates Mad Max. Says he hates every character, but he keeps watching.
Oh, it's. I think
Yeah, it's weird. I
I
don't
think
know.
that's a fair thing because I think what it is each character is so incredibly flawed, but they're relatable in weird ways. Like you could just. Also, like the main character Hannah is a total narcissist, and so whenever anybody calls her out on it and makes her feel like shit about it, you're kind of like happy, but at the same time, you're like, all right, people shouldn't feel bad because they're all fucked up. But what are you gonna do?
But she's genuinely a shitty person.
Well, most of them are.
Most of them
That's
are.
the thing is I think they're relatable people, but then what happens is they get into situations and they take the path that we wouldn't take as normal, like functioning humans. You wouldn't choose to go this way. Instead, you go, oh, I'm going to lean into the kind of maybe the. It's almost like this is kind of weird to say, but it's almost like It's Always Sunny. How those guys are just bad people, but it's played to laughs. It's kind of like melodramatic and shit in some ways. I don't know. The show's really cathartic to watch. Like you watch it and you see these characters like go through some shit, and then why are you fucking laughing?
How is it cathartic?
Because are you retarded?
What are you relating to specifically that makes you makes you feel like a cathartic release?
Maybe he's
Oh,
like, I'm
dude.
better than these people.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's more like seeing these characters who are kind of messed up people get in and out of relationships, try and get things that they want, get them for a little while, but still losing them. Like it's this terrible experience, and you can relate to that. Like there's a scene the finale of season 2. Spoilers, viewers. Has Adam Driver FaceTiming Lena Dunham's character as he's running down the streets of New York without a shirt, and he's just it's fucking great, dude. You feel so good inside that this guy who when the show starts, you think he's a monster because he says these terrible things to her, but you just realize he doesn't understand quite what he's saying, or he lacks some sort of empathy in the reason he's saying things. But he becomes the most likable character by the end, it seems like, because he is so weird, but he's the most above other things. That's the thing too, is he's a character who I think everybody would like to relate to, even though we can't. Like, we'd like to be like, oh yeah, I don't need like TV and shit. I could just read books and hang out in my house alone. I could just build a fucking boat in my living room and I'd be happy. But that's not true. You know, everyone kind of loves these certain things, but here's a character who really is over it. But then he's into weird other shit. He kind of is overacting into other stuff, and I don't know, man. He's great. I don't know what else you want me to say other than I like that show a lot. It's fucking good, man. And there's characters you relate to. I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
you said earlier, like, you can relate to it. Like, bad things happen, and yeah, you can relate to it. Bad things happen to me too.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. Yeah, okay, all right. How about the first?
Like, what specific thing where you're like, oh yeah, I know that.
Dude, happened. Okay. Adam Driver saying stuff that he thinks is just fine, and then Hannah taking them terribly, and he's like, "What? What's the problem?" Okay. He doesn't realize he's like, "Oh yeah, I did say you look a little fat or something like that." But he didn't say it that way. Instead, he's like, "No, man, I got fat too." See, and she's just like, "What's wrong with you? Like, you work out all day in your room alone and stuff like that." Or the relationship between the characters Marty and Charlie to start with, which is like Charlie's head over heels for her, and Marty's not into it, but Marty's not willing to break it off, and Hannah's the one who ends up breaking it off for them because everyone's pieces of shit and can't do their own things. I don't know, man. There's a lot of fucking real life scenarios in this shit that's just like, it's totally there, and even if it has characters who are kind of assholes to each other, it's also hyper unrealistic in the way that they all have like basically dream jobs from the get-go, which is kind of fun at the same time. It kind of like, I don't think it does it on purpose, but I think it plays with the way TV, like everybody in TV has nice apartments, nice jobs, all this stuff. These characters are much more real than most TV comedies, but they still have fucking the dream jobs. And they even address the fact as if they don't. Like, in season 3, Adam Driver's character gets a role on Broadway, and Elijah, Hannah, Lena Dunham's character's ex-gay boyfriend, he says, I wouldn't have guessed he'd be the first to like fulfill his dream. And she's like, well, he's not the first, blah, blah, blah. But it's like her dream's to be a writer. She's working for GQ at this point, but she doesn't consider that like a dream job. That's a crazy dream job to be working at an actual publication as something like that. So, I don't know, man. Fuck you, Dave. It's a fun time. And we're going to end this. I'm going to go watch it some more.
I was about to say, if anyone out there on Periscope enjoys girls as much as Cody, hit him up at Twitter or Cody Eastlick, because you just sound like you've been pent up. You've been wanting to talk about girls.
No, not at all. I've been talking to people.
Digital Pirate 44 wants to see a TV show where they are in a shitty apartment.
I think they kind of do in Girls. If you look at like Adams,
Spaced is what Mike Allhouse says.
Oh, there you go. Cover it. But yeah, so that's all I've been watching is a shit ton of Girls. I think that covers me.
Yeah, I don't know. I watched probably 8 episodes of it altogether, maybe.
That's it? And you were like done? You're just like don't eat anymore?
I don't know. There's something. I don't know. I didn't connect with it, I guess.
It's crazy. Like, I think you can connect with it. The other thing I think that's perfect for it is they cram a lot into a half hour. But if that was an hour-long show, it'd feel too much. It'd be too melodramatic at points. You'd be like, I can't handle this. But at a half hour, the stories resolve fast enough that you can be like, all right, I'll watch the next one. All right, I'll watch the next one. Especially when you're binge-watching it. Like, I watched fucking 8 out of the first 10 episodes, I think, the first night. Maybe all 10. Maybe I finished season 1. I don't know. Shit's good, dude.
I think I remember you talking shitty about this show.
I probably was, because I'm a hypocrite. Everyone is. We all know that. But I don't think I ever watched it, so I don't know what I would talk shitty about. I'm sure I was just talking out my ass.
Well, I mean, this is a bad way to like put it. Like, why I can't really get into the show is, I think Leah Dunham, she reminds me of people I don't like, I think.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And it's hard for me to like, oh, this girl created the show.
So it's hard for you to like the show because of the creator.
And all houses I hate women. No. So like, yep. So not that at all. It's not because she created it, but the thing is she comes off as like, say, for example, I've seen her on Jimmy Fallon before, and she acts like the girl that's at this like party that has to like talk about everything. I know she's on a talk show talking about herself, but her personality of it, and maybe it's just how she is on fucking a talk show or something like that. But like it's kind of like the girl that is like, here's an example, like is at a party and it's just like, here's David Bowie playing. You're like, oh my god, I love David Bowie. Oh jeez, and stuff like that. It's like, we all fucking love David Bowie. Shut up.
But I also think I think Mike Allhouse says fuck Bowie fans. I think
Fuck Bowie fans.
Yeah, I think it's more of a. I feel like instead of Bowie, it doesn't matter.
Expressive Bowie fans?
I think.
No, I mean,
I think she reverses it too. She does the same thing when she in season 3. Did you get there?
no.
Then go fuck yourself. No.
I've seen a bunch of random
there's-
episodes, and I've seen like the first maybe 6 episodes of the first season.
Okay, in season 3, there's a part where like she comes back into a room at a party, and there's some dude like playing guitar singing a Bob Dylan song, and everyone's just kind of like singing with it, and she's like, "What the fuck is going on? Are you fucking serious?"
I
Like,
remember this.
she's self-aware, like in her own way when it's not about her. I think that's the thing is that's why people can accurately call her out as a narcissist. Is she loves herself, but when other people are doing something that would be similar, like you said, I love Bowie or whatever, when other people are like kind of leaning into their being whatever, she calls it out on it and is like, what the fuck is happening in here? But then doesn't like stop it. She's just like, this is crazy, you know? So
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, maybe, I don't know. I'll need to watch. I think there's just not really, I mean, I have to watch it and figure out what.
you don't have to watch it if you don't want to, man. If you don't like it, that's cool. That's fine.
Well, I mean, I haven't watched enough to like not like it. And the thing is I did like the episodes I was watching. I just didn't like care to keep watching it, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I liked it. I liked every episode, I feel like, and I've enjoyed all the characters. I have a good time, man. I watched a lot.
Like, it's like almost like, why don't they switch it to only other girls or something like that for a while or something like that? I think it's really her. I think for some reason it's like just like there's like somebody you just
Marin Shoshan says she's a grotesque caricature of hipsters.
maybe
So she's like hipsters, you know, it's fucking as far out as they can get.
maybe that's why it just drives me nuts.
Do you have any more on girls? Okay, I want to bring something up.
One of the
I
dudes
loved
was-
it. I loved it. I loved Girls. I'm gonna keep watching it. I can't wait.
Oh, you had something, right?
No, never mind.
Well, I want to bring this up because it kind of made everyone laugh when I said it.
Did you hear
no,
that?
No, not here.
Hold on.
No,
Did
not
everyone
here.
hear that?
No, not
I
here.
want to bring this up because it made everyone laugh when I mentioned
Well,
it. So let's talk about it again. How funny I
We're
am.
talking about
I'm so
caricatures.
funny.
I've been watching Mad Men recently. I just finished season 2, and I was
Look who wants a medal.
And-
Mad Men. Like you're the first to discover Mad Men.
and I went over to my parents' house earlier today for Taco Tuesday.
I had tacos too.
We all had tacos. Good job, Dave.
And anyway, we usually end up talking about movies and TV we've been watching, like Game of Thrones and shit.
You should do a podcast with your parents, you fucking loser.
I did an interview with my mom one time.
You should do it again.
You should just
But-
replace us with your parents.
Yeah, we're tired of this shit. Get your mom and dad
Yeah,
on
but then
here.
no one will laugh about stuff.
What?
It'd be a bummer.
Who's laughing now?
You're the only one laughing.
You just said
It'll
that.
just be.
You just said that
so.
you brought up to your parents and you laughed. So what
Well,
do
all
you
right.
mean?
Here's what happened. So we're talking about Mad Men, and we just kind of get into the whole thing of like how crazy like it was back in the '60s when everyone was smoking like nonstop, everyone was drinking, and at some point I said,
Mike Aldhouse really wants an episode with your parents, Dave.
"All right, I'll make it happen." But anyway, I mentioned there's a scene in I think it's season 1 where Don Draper is having a picnic with his family, and at the end of the
They throw their
picnic,
garbage on the
at
ground.
the end of the picnic, he literally takes a slug of beer, fucking chucks it, and then his wife takes the picnic sheet or whatever, like just kind of spreads it up like this, trash going everywhere, and it cuts to them just getting into their car. It's this really long shot where you're waiting for something to happen, then you realize like, oh no, they're just wanting to hammer home that people in the '60s were assholes.
Well, they were
Literally.
wasteful.
They were wasteful.
It's-
and they
they
were
were at
so
a park.
They were at a park.
They were at a park,
Yeah.
and they just throw their trash
and they
on
were
the
so
ground.
brazen about it, just like just
Did
no.
people really
into-
do that?
No, I guess so.
Was it not-
like my
they're-
parents were saying, it's like yeah, my dad was just like yeah, people just didn't give a shit.
Well, it's also like there's no concept of like environmentalism then, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably coming out my ass too. I don't know any better, but
not until the Indian
I think
and
it was-
Katir, people that was the moment people were like oh
not
shit.
until Iron Eyes Cody, they're like, don't litter, dude.
But anyway, so as I'm describing this part, I preface a statement saying like, all right, now I know this is going to make me sound like an asshole, but honestly, I was more shocked from the litter scene in Mad Men than I was the rape scene in the recent Game of Thrones episode.
The recent Game of Thrones episodes, Tom, thanks for spoiling that. I fucking
And
hate
they all started laughing. They're like, "You're a monster." It's just like, well, no. It's just like with Game of Thrones. It's like, yeah. I mean, I'm not condoning rape. Okay, but I feel like that happens all the time, so it wasn't shocking.
So it's less on the meter than
It's less on the, at this point, it's rape in Game of Thrones is less on the meter than blatant littering in Mad Men. I don't know.
Yeah, good joke, Dave.
What do you guys think? Periscope, what do you think? Litter, rape?
David got off, is what somebody says. And then
Yeah, like 3 people leave.
and then Michael Aldhouse says, litter is worse than rape. Dave.
Thank you. Again, Mike's the only one on my side here.
Well, no, he's quoting you to make sure you're aware you're a fucking monster.
Oh, okay.
God,
so-
you dumb son of a bitch.
So he's taking a transcript of this right now.
Mike
So we
says,
have
Mike says,
video,
no, I
audio.
am not on your side.
I'm just saying that rape in Game of Thrones is so commonplace.
No, that would be.
I've almost gotten.
I think
immune
watching
to
that,
it.
I'd be like, whoa, that would just.
And the fact that they stayed on it for so long, I'm just like,
Dave, what do you think that tells you about their characters in that episode? How does it relate?
well, as far as the characters, I think it's more just the time period. I don't
it's
know.
not
if
about. It's not symbol.
I mean, well, it's definitely symbolism, and they're definitely assholes, but I think it's more just a statement
Okay,
of the
David,
people at the time.
I got a question for you. So what if somebody's raping a girl?
Oh my god.
Hold on,
We
I
should
never
stop.
said-
Good job, Dave. Good job. This is where you've led the podcast, you fucking
Then they
monster.
throw the girl away. Then does it get bad? They just throw her on the ground and they're like throwing trash.
I
away?
mean, oof, that's pretty
like
bad.
it's a double whammy.
That's pretty bad. I don't condone that at all.
Robot go shut down for
He's giving the guy the thumbs up when he's raping, and then when he throws her away, he's like, no, not
No way. Clean up your mess. I'm sorry I took it this direction. Yeah. So should we get into news, guys? Entertainment
This
news?
is on my Periscope.
Yeah, Ryan's gonna get banned because of the fucking wheezing monster.
Like I said, I don't condone rape at all. I'm just saying in Game of Thrones, it's like, oh, there's a rape scene. Okay. Like, that's how many rapes are in Game of Thrones. I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that rape is even close to
All
being
right,
equal
here.
to littering
So-
on some sort of
Put your
media.
hands down.
So yeah, put your fucking hands down. Somebody's
fucking ballpark.
some folks on the.
I just not used to seeing
Dave, I'm
litter,
trying to
guys.
save you, you fucking idiot. Multiple viewers want to know. Anybody watch Silicon Valley? Anything else? Literally, they just want us
They
to
just
stop
want to
talking.
get off of rape and littering. All right.
Yeah, please stop.
Well, littering's a hard
stop,
topic,
David.
Okay? I'm not pretending that littering's not a hard topic.
I think I'm the only one watching Silicon Valley.
Well, I watch it whenever you're watching it, but I haven't been keeping up on the week to week. So,
yeah, I'd watch them all.
so all right, what's your opinion so far on the season?
I just want things to go well, and it never does in that show. You know.
Well, it's conflict, man. That's
I
how I
know.
feel about girls. I just want somebody to end up happy, but they can't because they're all fucking monsters to each
But
other.
I know what you mean, because I watched an episode where, like...
Because they like litter.
Their
Fucking
monsters.
monsters.
algorithm got stolen, and all these smug bastards were
Yeah.
parading it around as their own. For some reason, Silicon Valley and Parks and Recreation, like... For whatever reason, like, the people in that town of Pawnee just piss me off so much. And not to the point where it's like, oh, our heroes are getting shit on and whatnot. Something inside's just like, I fucking hate these people of Pawnee. Like, these fucking just flip-floppers, you know
Well,
what I mean?
it's like-
Go back to Silicon Valley.
Well, no, I'm just saying that, like, Silicon Valley is for some reason, one of those shows where, like, when things don't work out for the main characters, like...
It's so much worse.
It's, like, a lot worse than it is on other TV shows. For some
Such as
reason.
what,
I don't
Dave?
know why.
What shows? Where other things happen?
Well, like I said, Parks and Recreation, like, when the whole town turns on her when she gets...
Dave, I was
elected
making a
office.
joke. I was making a joke. Chill out.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I feel like, I mean, not that these episodes haven't been like funny, but I feel like it maybe is more. It feels more dramatic than it did the last season.
Is that good or bad though?
I don't know. I still like it. I'm just saying it's not as like I'm not like out loud laughing like I maybe was the last time.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I also feel like this season, from what I have seen, it seems like this season has tried to cram into each episode like a very strong nerd joke. You know what I mean?
Kinda,
Like
yeah.
after the success of their, masturbation formula, the first
like they're
season,
always doing
it
formula
seems like
stuff.
every episode they're trying to they're it's like they're shotgun blasting like really potent jokes they think, but they don't land because it's like, oh, it's another one of these. It's another one of these.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. That it seems like they're always like
And they're always weaker because of it. Or like the what is it? The situation board or whatever. Like they're like, what are the possibilities of this, and then it's like, oh, that's the joke. Is there this planning thing that they're trying for this episode? Oh god.
I just want to get a reverse angle on you.
Oh, okay, sure.
That's all.
Well, into the hand of the monster. But yeah, it seems like every episode.
going cinematic.
I don't think
No,
you can
no,
do
no,
that.
don't do that.
It
Oh,
closes
you
it.
can't.
Yep.
I don't know anything about Periscope.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Just hold it like
It's
that.
supposed to be like a
pretty much safe.
periscope.
Like you're holding it up, viewing the future. Not the future, like the far away. But yeah, doesn't it seem like every episode there's a whole new thing where it's like, this is a to-do board, so we do it like this. Oh, this is the situation board. These are the possibility charts. So it's like every episode, it's like every episode's trying to fit that jump to conclusions, Matt, from Office Space into its own, you know what I mean?
I mean, not necessarily, I would say like that, like the board, but I have noticed that they're trying to do that masturbation joke over again.
Yeah.
And like in smaller capacities.
What, really? Already, Dave?
I don't like my handshakes too much. Sorry.
Jesus. How old are you?
Old enough to know that loitering is bad, Ryan, okay? Or littering. Sorry.
Rape's okay.
That is the face of a fucking devil. Look at it laugh. It's so red because he spends all his time in hell.
Like, for instance, so that episode that you were talking about with, like, the guys that, like, steal the algorithm or whatever, and the reason why they stole it is because the guys were trying originally to get them to invest in the company, and they, like, were showing everything on the board, and they just, like, took pictures of it and shit.
They brain drained him.
Yeah. And so the thing is like, they finally, like, get to a thing where, like, all right, they're going to get back at these guys, like, right here, you know? It's going to be awesome. And then, like, something else goes wrong, and it's, like, the stupidest thing ever that a guy leaves fucking tequila bottle on a delete key that like deletes all this shit, and it's just like
all their porn.
I know, and I was just like, are you kidding me? Like that's it? Like it was just, it's so deflating, you know. And I think it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be for them as well, but yeah, I don't know. It just feels like it could be something. I mean, I wouldn't say this is like better than the first season so far, but there's only one episode left, so we'll see what happens.
Do we want to wrap this up on Periscope and continue on elsewhere?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Goodbye, Periscope. Catch the rest of the episode in 3 days when it finally gets up online.
I'll post it tomorrow.
Oh, really? They did it that fast? Yeah. All right, my bad. Sorry.
I'm trying to. There we go. Wait, stop broadcast.